Okay, next we're going to have to try and get all the heat out, all the water out of this. And there's a couple ways you can go doing that. You can use the compressed air out of the compressor to blow into the housing to try and force a lot of the water out. The only trouble is down here it's very humid most of the time, so you're just adding humid air to the inside of that, which really doesn't help you any. The other method is to take a heat gun and blow hot air in there. You can use a hair dryer or a heat gun. I have a heat gun, so let's get that out and we'll dry it out with that. Okay, I've got my heat gun out, right there, heat gun, and I'm just going to blow into the opening where the turn signal and the headlight bulb went in, here and here, and try and get the inside of this as dry as possible. I suspect that we have a problem with the gasket. Well, I more than suspect that. The gasket is gone from this, as I examine it now. The gasket is gone from the headlight bulb. And that doesn't seal very good. It's very wobbly. So that's what we're going to address. Also, I believe this one wasn't real tight either. There we go. Yeah, that one's pretty tight. It's this one here that's causing the leak. By the way, here's some of your adjustment right here for your aim of your headlight. Okay, so I'll take this out. Remember, do not touch the bulb. Okay, we'll put that on a rag back over here. Take this one out. Put that over there on the rag. And now we're gonna, I've got this sitting on a towel so I don't scratch the lens up. Now we're gonna put it on the high blower setting, but it's got less heat that way. See, there's low setting, but it turns out more heat. Okay, so we're going to do this, and when we blow in one side, the hot air comes out the other. Now you want to be careful not to do this for a prolonged period of time, because this is hot and it's going to get this part of the plastic hot. So we'll switch from this side to this side to get the moisture out. And this may take a while, so I'm going to pause it and come back when we're all dried out. Okay, another trick you can do besides the heat is I've taken a rag and I've stuffed it into the turn signal holes as far as I can get it without damaging the hole. Okay, and the theory behind that is to get all the moisture. As you can see, there's not much left, but get all the moisture, the puddles, to the bottom of the lens, and that way the rag will soak up the majority of the water, as you see it here, and then we just have to worry about just a little bit of water. Okay, so that's another little tip for you. Okay, I've gotten the majority of the water out of there. There's just a few beads of water left, so I'm going to put it out in the sun here, and that should take care of the balance of the water. May have some water spots because the water in Florida is very full of minerals, and it does leave water spots, so nothing much you can do about that unless you want to take the headlight apart, put it in the oven, and heat the seal up to the point where you can pry it apart and clean the inside of that. Other than that, this is about all you can do. So we're going to let it sit in the sun for a while, and we're going to do something else. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, we're back. Now, I wasn't really happy with the way that turned out on the inside there. It was all full of water spots and it was kind of hazy. So I'm thinking to myself, well, what could I put in there to clean that up without having to take this apart from the lens from the housing? And I thought, well, I've got some Rain-X. Okay. So I put some Rain-X in just an empty Windex bottle here, and I didn't have a whole lot left, so I had to be kind of conservative about it. But I just put that in there, and then I turned it upside down like this, and I sprayed it into the turn signal hole, and then swished it around, and I got as much water as I could out of it by shaking it and turning it every which way. But then I figured, well, I'll use some air and a hose, just the end of a hose, piece of hose I had laying around. We'll stick it in there and we'll blow it around. Okay, now the lens itself is pretty good. Got a little water beads over here, and there's a whole bunch of water beads on the reflective chrome part that's here. But I think I can live with that. I'm going to stick it in the sun, let it bake, and that should be a whole lot better. I'm going to get this one spot a little better though. Okay. Alright. That's pretty good. And as far as the problem with the moisture, I determined that this one is fine. The gasket seals it. This one apparently wasn't turned tight enough to seal completely around. So when I did that, when I reinstalled it and turned it completely around and put some pressure to it, once I did that, it pretty much was tight. So I'm thinking that that's the problem was all along, is that this particular bulb wasn't sealed properly, allowing moisture to get in and causing the lens to get all full of moisture. So we're going to try this, and if it doesn't work, then the alternative is to either see if we can get from the junkyard a new piece like this or a whole new assembly. But I'm pretty confident that that probably will answer that question. Now I've just spread the water around, which is what I didn't want to do. So now I have to blow the water back to the bottom again. Okay. Alright. Okay, now we're going to stick it in the sun without jiggling it around anymore. Okay, so we're going to do that and then let it dry and then put it back together again. Alrighty. I've reinstalled the bulbs and now I'm going to reconnect these up. Let's see, this one goes in here like here, this way. Push it all the way in, and then the red tab should push in to lock it in place. And then this one pushes on like that, and the red tab. Make sure it's tight. Okay, and then we're just gonna reinstall. All right. Once you know it, as soon as you start filming again, the battery runs out. Oh well. Such is life. Alright, here's our 3 bolts. And another one goes in there. One goes in here. And that one goes in here. Okay. Okay. And we're just gonna put this in front here just to make sure the lights all work, everything connected up. Okay, lights are working both sides. Looks a little cloudy though over here. Does look a little cloudy over there. I think that's on the inside too. The headlight part looks okay, but the turn signal ball looks a little cloudy. Well, it may clear up after it's got some heat built up in it. Alright, well, we're going to leave that run a little bit. Leave the headlights build up some heat inside of them. And hopefully that'll clear up. I don't know if it will or not. That looks like it is a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to clear up. Okay. Alright, another job well done. And that'll do it for this video. Okay, as always, if you like my videos, give me a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. I need the subscriptions, and we'll see you the next time we post a video.